So this isn't going to be a Nuzlocke or anything. This is kind of like, I don't know. This is almost like a tea time, but I'm just playing because why not? Jesus, how many imps do we want? If you think about it, this is kind of like how we used to do tea time in the old days. Oh, we only just started. We've only just started and I can't help but think I'm on the wrong team. Yeah, I just kind of want to talk. I feel like I should probably address the 40-second clip that I posted yesterday because you might have noticed there wasn't a full episode of Security Breach. There was a 40-second clip of the game basically just being the game. Oh, this is bad. Oh, he didn't even chase me down. I'll chase him down. So there was going to be an episode of Security Breach yesterday. I actually sat and filmed for nearly 2 hours. And the clip that I actually posted, believe me, it was pretty much 2 full hours of just shit like that happening. I think it's really a surprise to anyone at this point that the game is a bit rough around the edges. Probably not unfair to say that this game could have used a bit of extra time before they released it. You know what? Until then, I didn't even know that I could come up here, and now it's just saved my life. It's been really frustrating sitting trying to play Security Breach because I had such high hopes for the game. I've been wanting like a free roam Five Nights at Freddy's, I would say, pretty much since I played like the 2nd or 3rd game. I thought what they did was cool and it was unique, but like I always thought, yeah, if they somehow found a way to make this free roam, like it has a lot of potential. And then I know it was kind of technically a fan-made thing, but when they the Joy of Creation got made, I was like, wow, really? Like a free roam could be this good? So you can imagine I had really high hopes for this game coming out, and I've tried to enjoy it as much as I can, but they've made it so difficult. This isn't like a review of the game by any stretch, because I feel like just by virtue of the fact that I've been playing on PS4 and not PC, I don't feel like I can actually give the game its dues, which is kind of a criticism in itself that I even have to say that. I can't actually give a proper opinion on the game because I didn't play it on the correct platform. But the game's just a complete mess and is... I would probably call it unplayable at this point, at least if you're on PS4 like me. I've dabbled with the idea of doing it on PC, but then I'm being told that PC's not much better. And it's kind of like, yeah, I could laugh it off at first, but now it's just getting annoying. Yeah, I'll laugh the first time, the second, third, fourth time that I fell through the floor, the 11th time that Roxy got magnified to me even though she was stunned. And it's just a shame because there are a lot of good things to say about this game. There are a lot of really good ideas. I feel like it's subject to where you're playing it. It can be very heavily outweighed by all the bugs and all the little kinks. And I just feel like for me personally, it's getting too much. I don't really want to keep playing it until such time as they release some sort of patch that can actually like address it. Good effort. I like how he was gooped and I still nearly fucked that up. Yeah, with all the various problems in the game, like all the constant frame drop, falling through the floor, all that kind of shit. Okay, surely he took the full force of that. I feel like they tried too hard to make this game look as visually appealing as possible, and they went overboard. Which is a shame, because you don't need a horror game to look virtually live action to be a good horror game. Have we learned nothing from Puppet Combo? Just feel like, I don't know, I might be way off in assuming this, but I feel like they put too much emphasis on trying to... You should have shot me. Put too much emphasis on trying to make the game look as flashy and as nice as possible, and when you do something like that, something has to give, and what ended up giving was kind of everything else. I think another little criticism I want to point out is, while I love the idea of it being free roam, I think there can be such a thing as too much free roam. And what I mean by that is how, like, you're stuck in the mega pizzaplex or whatever it's called, and you literally have access to the entire thing, like no holes barred. It's not like Outlast where you're in a certain section of the asylum, you do various tasks, and then you kind of move on to the next area. So while, yeah, it is free roam, you don't have access to the entire asylum at all times. In Security Breach, it's like you have access to literally the entire place, and it's huge, so it's really easy to get lost, and I feel like 80% of your time is spent figuring out like where the hell you're supposed to go. So I think Security Breach, I think it was a really good idea on paper, just don't think it's been executed that well. Again, like I said, I'm playing on PS4, so I can't really say. The game is virtually unplayable on PS4. If you're playing on PC, it might be the best shit ever. Some parts of the game that I played were really promising. The daycare, for example, thought that was probably the best part of the game that I played easily. Like, that was genuinely scary. I don't know, maybe there are more parts of the game that are like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, in terms of like the horror aspect of it, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not going into it expecting that it's going to be the scariest thing ever. It's like, it's scary for an hour, maybe 2, and then the novelty kind of wears off. That's always just how it's been with FNAF, I find. But there were some parts of the game that looked genuinely promising with the horror. error. But I think I'm being told that this game was rushed and they were on a sort of a time crunch to get it out. And I just want to say this because I've been saying it for years and I've had this gripe with so many different games. If you have to keep on delaying a game again and again, it's fine as long as the game is like when you eventually release it, like it's ready, it's good to go. Like a delayed game can eventually be good. If you rush a game, it's almost guaranteed to be shit. Case in point number one, BFN. Would the game have been amazing if they had delayed it? Who knows? There's every possibility they could have delayed the game and it would have still been bad. But the fact of the matter is they rushed it, which means it was doomed to fail from the start. All right, I'm leaving and I'm gonna die from fire. Love it. The point I'm trying to make is you can't rush art. And I get that developers have a lot of pressure on them because a lot of these games tend to get leaked. I can't really say because I'm not a game developer myself, but for me personally, if my game got leaked early, I'd just be like, fuck it. That wouldn't make me suddenly be like, oh shit, well, we got to release the game right now. We got to get it out. It's like, yeah, it's not ideal that your game gets leaked. But in today's age, you know, there are people that go out of their way to try and do stuff like that. So there's not really a lot you can do. Or maybe there is, I don't know. But it's like these days I see far too many games that get released kind of unfinished because they're either like, well, the game got leaked early, so we just have to release it how it is. Or they're deliberately releasing it unfinished so they can do DLC later. Oh dear. Oh, we missed that. How did he get him? Did the goop go through me and hit him? Really wish this cough would go away. Yeah, so you get the games that get released with content missing so they can add DLC later. Honestly really pisses me off when they do that. Yes, looking at you, Sword and Shield. And then you get the games that they release sort of unfinished with the kind of attitude of, oh, well, if it's fucked up, then we'll just patch it later. Which I can't understand that mindset really, because it's like, yeah, even if you patch the game and fix it later, the damage is done by that point. It's like for me with BFN, even once they ironed out some of the problems, it's like, well, it's already left a bad taste in my mouth. And unfortunately, it's going to be the same story with Security Breach now. Even if they manage to iron out all these problems, it's like I'm always going to remember that first experience that I had with it. First impressions are underrated. People really underestimate the importance of first impressions. I'd rather you just take all the time you need to make sure that the game is ready. He really came all the way over here just to try and spin dash the team from behind. It's an interesting idea. I know I'm just kind of driveling on about it at this point, but I don't really feel like I want to keep playing Security Breach for the moment, at least until they can do something about it. I was considering trying it on PC, but then I got people telling me that PC's just as bad. And also, unless you have some like next level PC, you're not going to have much fun with it anyway. So I think I'll probably leave it for the moment. Oh, he's on his bike. You couldn't have taken him. He's the bigger target. More calories, more protein. See, I'm sorry for those who are really enjoying the Security Breach series. I tried. I seriously tried. Look, I'll find a way to make it up to you somehow. Maybe I'll bring back games that scare me.
There's no one there, but not me.
What's he chatting about? Yeah, I have no idea what this video was. I just wanted to kind of get on and talk about that. Why not play Garden Warfare 2 at the same time? Doing it like the old days. Trying to talk about a topic while playing the game at the same time, which makes it 10 times harder. And isn't that the how'd you say, the Wolfy Playz? Hope you all had a good Christmas. Hope you chilled out. Hope you didn't drink too much. Hope you got everything you wanted. I actually asked Santa to get rid of my cough and the congestion in my nose. Didn't get it, so I'm gonna go and figure out how to not be on the naughty list next year. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.